If you're watching this recording, I definitely suggest that you watch on your own number 4 because I go into way more detail. In that one, I'm going to kind of fly through this one over here. We are looking for the exact value of these 3 reciprocal double angles. We have A, cosecant 2 theta, B, secant 2 theta, or x rather, I'm sorry, and C, cotangent 2x. We are given that cosecant of x, the single angle, is -5/3. We're going to write equals hypotenuse over opposite because it is the reciprocal of sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so we're going to put hypotenuse over opposite for that. My x will terminate between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. That puts us in quadrant 4, actually the same quadrant we were in for the last example. The only difference is I describe it in a different way where we had gone counterclockwise instead of clockwise, but it's all good. Here is x, my reference angle. Hypotenuse over opposite. So the hypotenuse is 5. You should not label it -5. Opposite, 3. The negative goes with the 3. I did foreshadow this in the last example because a hypotenuse will never be negative. We tend to always write our fractions with the negative on top, but you need to use your brain to decide where that negative goes. Now, we should always find the fourth side of a triangle. That's smart. We should always find that third side of a right triangle if we have 2 of them using the Pythagorean theorem. A right triangle, you got 2 sides, find the third with the Pythagorean theorem. Now, you could just have this one memorized, and I hope you do, as a Pythagorean triple of 3, 4, 5. That makes this side 4. Now that I have all the sides, if I needed sine x, I could find it. -3/5. If I needed cosine x, I could find it. 4/5. If I needed tan of x, I could find it. Opposite over adjacent, -3/4. That is just stuff I could find, good old ordinary trig back from lessons 7 and 8, way earlier in the school year. But what do we want to find? For A, we want cosecant 2x, and I know that that should be the reciprocal. Let's look way back, reciprocal identities. Cosecant is 1 over sine, so that means cosecant of 2x is equal to 1 over sine of 2x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find sine of 2x. Oh boy, there should be a 2. Sine of 2x, which is double angle, 2 sine x cosine x. And then I'm going to get that answer and flip it over. And then you're done. 2 sine x cosine x. So sine of 2x equals 2. There's my parentheses. If you're listening and not just watching, you're going to fill in O over H, opposite of our hypotenuse, right there. And you're going to fill in A over H, adjacent over hypotenuse, right over there, to prove to me that you are listening. So sine 2x equals, in this next step, I'm going to fill in what they are. In fact, I already found them right over there. I'll have -3/5 and 4/5. My little insurance policy, make sure I'm being safe, I put that 2/1. Sine of 2x equals, you also make sure you make that 2 nice and heavy as insurance as well. Like, you don't want to accidentally think it's a square and completely mess yourself up. So make sure that you're well insured and you're protected, and that you have the 2 the same size or bigger than the x, and it's not like floating up in your handwriting. Now we multiply across. I always try to see if I could reduce from top and bottom. I'm not seeing anything. I like to save times 2 for the end. So -3 times 4 is 12. -12 times 2, -24. And then 1 times 5 times 5. So 25. And there we go. That's sine of 2x. But what am I looking for? Is that your answer? No. So if you're listening, next to this, you're going to draw an arrow. Cosecant 2x equals 25 over -24 or -25 over 24. So next to this, that's not your answer. If you write that as your answer, I know you just muted it and just watched and copied. You should be writing an arrow, and you're going to write this, cosecant 2x. That's what we're looking for, right? And we know it's the flip. Cosecant 2x equals, and let's keep that negative in the numerator, -24 over 25. So get that written if you know what's good for you, okay? I'm going to go back through these after the recording, and I'm going to write down in a different color pen everything that I, in secret, tell you to write so that I know what my little eggs are, my little Easter eggs, okay? That right there, we're done with cosecant. Next, B, secant 2x, and we know that that is equal to 1 over cosine of 2x. So we're going to find cosine. This time I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do 1 minus 2 sine squared x. Okay? I'm going to do that to figure out my cosine 2x. Then I'll flip my answer. 1 minus 2 parentheses squared, O over H squared. 1 minus 2, opposite over hypotenuse. I got it over there again. Negative 3 over 5 and squared. 1 minus 2, insurance policy, put it over 1, make sure I'm safe. 9 over 25. The 2 cannot reduce. The 1 doesn't do anything for me either. If I do need a common denominator, make sure we're protected over here. Okay, we're covered if anything goes awry. That'll end up being a 25 minus 2 times 9 is 18 over, I've got a common denominator now of 25. Next step, that equals 25 minus 18 is 7 over 25. So that is what cosine of 2x equals, 7 over 25. But if you're listening and you know what's good for you, that's not the answer to this problem. If you're listening, we're trying to find secant of 2x. So what you're going to write as your last step underneath that or next to that and circled is secant 2x equals, and let's flip that over, 25 over 7. And that's the end of that. 25 over 7. Okay? Now, I'm just going to throw a little curveball to do the third one. See? Cotan of 2x. In our quotient identity, cotangent of theta is cosine over sine. So cotan of 2 theta is cosine 2 theta over sine 2 theta. Okay? That means cotan 2x equals cosine 2x over sine 2x. Don't I have those actually written on my paper? Sure do. Equals negative 24 over 25 over 7 over 25. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. What can I reduce? Because I'm smart. The 25s. And what am I left with? Cotan of 2x equals negative 24 over 7. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So that one we finished strong. Okay, and that was C. So I hope you got those answers. I hope you got the right answer for cosecant 2x. Yeah. Secant 2x, right? And cotangent of 2x. And that's all there is to it for these examples because they're reciprocals and we bust out some old classic identities. If you got them right, put a nice little thumbs up on there. Got them wrong, confused, put a thumbs down. Probably got a lot of thumbs down in these recent videos because of certain things. Have a great day.